Good morning and welcome to Ladybug Grace, either for the first time or returning through as I go through this journey of learning and getting to know God better and having a better relationship with Him. I hope you're doing the same. Before we dive into today, which is Thursday, December 14th, our prayer. Father, as I read and receive your word, may it deeply be rooted in me. So when difficulty comes, it will be your word that encourages and strengthens me. Amen. So today we're going to Luke 12, 15 to 21. So if you're not able to see, you can follow along in your own Bible. All right, so 12. We're over here. 15, there we go. This story, according to my Bible, is the story about the rich fool. And not according to the Bible, I already read it, so yes, it is. Beware, don't be greedy for what you don't have. Real life is not measured by how much we own. And he gave an illustration. A rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. In fact, his barns were full to overflowing. So he said, I know, I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have room enough to store everything. And I'll sit back and say to myself, my friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you fool, you will die this very night. Then who will get it all? Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God. And not to make a joke of this, but when I read that, the first thing I thought of was the people who do a lot of purging and getting rid of things. And that is the opposite of this, but people on earth purge for different reasons, and not just to get rid of stuff for God, but for their own needs. But that's the first thing I thought of was purging your life, which I started doing recently because I thought the same thing. Who's going to get all this stuff when I go? So if God takes me tonight, all this stuff is here. So I myself have been purging a lot, and I don't think my motivation is for a relationship with God, but it's to have less stuff, to have all these things that are just pretty to surround you. So again, not trying to make light of it, but I have a different mind than a lot of people. People get offended when I say things like that, but that's what I thought of. So I'll click the link to I'll put the link to the video in the below of the reading I'm about to do next. Is Charles Stanley. If you're not subscribed, I highly recommend doing it. I watch him multiple times a day. I know he's passed, but he's still has some great teachings that are very relevant. So today is titled Ending Well. Today's passage is about a rich man who made poor use of his days. Assuming a lot of time remained, he left the Lord out of his plans and let materialism guide him. Paul, on the other hand, knew life was short and made the most of it. He gave to others until his final days. His letters from prison illustrate this. Despite knowing he would soon face death, Paul devoted this time and energy to instructing fellow believers and praying for them. He recognized the value of time spent encouraging Christians to do everything as if for the Lord. This is important even when our task seems unrelated to the church. Kingdom work isn't just for missionaries and pastors. God calls us to all different fields and assignments. The apostles also knew that the Christian life encompasses struggles, and he was realistic about his own imperfections. Romans 7:5-25. This meant that to make the best use of his time, he needed to persevere, keep faith in God's promises, and rely on divine power for victory. And indeed, at the end of his life, Paul was able to say, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the course. I have kept the faith. Life is a gift. Every one of us has a limited number of days on this earth. How will you utilize your time so you can look back and, like Paul, confidently say that you ended well? Excuse me. I'm still trying to get rid of this cough. So when I did my journaling for today's message, I felt to me it was important to write down, real life is not measured by how much you own. A person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God. So I already gave my own little example of purging my own life and getting rid of things and selling on eBay and so forth, just to purge, to get rid of that. But mine's not to have a rich relationship with God. It's to get rid of the clutter. So maybe by seeing all this clutter is preventing me from having that. Oh, that is true. Because I have been wanting to do more studying in the book of Revelation through the suggestion of One Touch Ministries. And I haven't been doing it because lately I've been listed on eBay, just listing. So if I wasn't doing that and didn't have all this stuff, which I also run a side business, so it's not, I probably would still be doing it to a degree. I've been so tired I haven't been reading the book of Revelations at the end of the day, which I started to do. So possibly with all the materialism I have, that's preventing me from accomplishing that. So in order to have that relationship and to be able to do what that goal is, I would need to refocus and get rid of the materialism. The other part I wrote down that was important was life is a gift, and I have limited days on this earth. How will I utilize time so I can say that I ended it well? And that's something I always grapple with, because there's days where I just wish I wouldn't wake up in the morning. But as I've read other places and heard preached, I woke up this morning because God's not done with me yet here on earth. So life is a gift, and I battle with days myself, and I'm just like other people do. Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? But I found a church. I've been going. It's been great. People are so welcoming. I'm hoping that continues. And they really have a true message, and it's wonderful to listen to the pastor. So it's that's the one part that I'm kind of stuck on. I have limited days on earth. How will I utilize my time so I can say I ended it well? And that's the point I'm pondering today. So that's what I'm ending this with. Hopefully you have a great day and a blessed day. And ponder on your own we're here for a short period of time. How are you utilizing your time? Talk to you later. Bye.